Hi, it's Peggy Lee, and welcome to our Dynamites new release blog hop that is happening today the 20th, tomorrow the 21st, and the 22nd of September. And it all starts at our blog, which is www.dynamitesblog.com. And you're going to want to go over there and follow along with each design team member's blog. Leave comments on all the blogs, and you're going to want to go back to the Dynamites blog at the end and make sure you leave a comment, and we're going to be giving away the grand prize, which is $50 worth of dynamite dies, and also 5 $10 gift certificates. What a great deal. And the dies for this release is the Christmas release, and they are just to die for. So let's quickly, I'm going to show you really quickly what I got in the mail. And this is my design team package, and so these are the dies that I got from to create with. So what I thought I would do today was share a just about the dies, and then I'm going to have another video with a tutorial in for the blog hop. But what I did is, for each die that I have here, I already pre-die cut the image so you can see it a little bit better. So let's start. We're going to start with the first one, and the first one is a beautiful pumpkin patch. And I don't know if you can really see that. Isn't that beautiful? And so I'm going to open it up so you can flip it over and you can see the image. It comes in this really nice little package. And it is a pumpkin patch, and it's adorable. And it's a beautiful thin metal die. And so you put it face up on your die cutting plate, and then you put your cardstock over it, and then another plate and a cushion, and you run it through any die cut machine. Actually, I have a video, I'll link it below to the video of how I cut my die cuts out. This is beautiful. It's a little pumpkin patch. So here's the package. Here's the thin die. So let me show you what I did. I cut all my dies out in white cardstock. So here it is. Isn't that gorgeous? That is just so pretty. Cute little pumpkins on a vine. It almost looks like something out of a garden. It's gorgeous. Just really pretty, really fun, fun little die. So it's going to be fun to create with. So that is the pumpkin patch. Alright, so let's move on. So the next one I have is called the Boughs of Holly, and here is the package. Really pretty. It's a little tiny vase with little hollies leaves. So let's open up this package, and we'll share with you again. So here again, here's the package, and here's the thin die. It's a really big die. I mean, that's a pretty good, I would say 3 inches, 3.5 inches maybe. 3.5 inches. It's a big die. So, you want to see it die cut out in white cardstock? Here it is. Isn't that gorgeous? That's pretty big. That's almost, you know, the palm of my hand. That is a really big die. Really pretty. You could cut this out again in 3 or 4 different colors of paper. I would do one in green, and then I would do one in red. I would do glitter paper. I would do one in slate. And you could paper piece this, and it would be beautiful on a card, on a scrapbook layout. So then again, the package, the die, and the die cut. Just beautiful. And I do this a lot. Actually, I die cut quite a bit in white cardstock, and I have them ready to go for when I want to do a project. So the next one is going to be called Holiday Wreath. Okay? And, oh, you know what? I should be giving you the numbers. That probably would have helped. Let me back up. Just real quick, it's only going to take 2 seconds. So the number for the pumpkin patch is DN1070. The number for the Boughs of Holly, which is DN1079. And I'll make sure I put those in the links below too as well. And then the Holiday Wreath is DN1076. It's really a pretty die, and it's a big die. Big die. Look how big that is. That is huge. That's bigger than the wreath, the vase that I just had. It's a big, I would say that's at least a 4.5 inch die. And it's really nice and big. And they have holes in them, so when you die cut your paper, if it doesn't come out, a lot of times I do this, and I flop them down right on my die cut, and it comes right out. But sometimes you get little white pieces of paper that stick. If you take a little thin piercing tool, you can pierce through those holes, and it will pop the paper right out. Really awesome. This is a beautiful die. Wait to see it cut. Here it is, cut out. Isn't that gorgeous? That is just so pretty. I could see this in so many things. This would be cute. You could do it as a whole die. You could cut it in half and put it on the edge of a layout in a card. You could even make a flower out of this. If you score it at certain places and fold it, you can make a rosette. A lot of cool things to do with this die. This is a really nice die. Nice and big. Beautiful. Okay, so the next one I got was, I love this one, was Winter Cardinal, and it's DN1060. Isn't that gorgeous? That is just so pretty. It is so pretty. I love it. And I love cardinals. They're everywhere here in the Northeast. So here is the die in the package, and then here is the die. Look how pretty is that? That's a big die for a bird. That's a big bird, and it's got cute little branches. You could die cut this twice. I would do it in brown cardstock, and then ink the brown cardstock again, give it some dimension, and then I would die cut this bird in like red glitter paper, and then put snow on the branches, or I would do this in a red cardstock and then sponge over it and give it some depth, you know, and then add a sparkle for the eye. It's just really pretty. It's a beautiful die. So let's see it cut. So here it is, cut out. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. That is gorgeous. And that hole in the eye is big. You can stick a beautiful clear gem in there. That would be really pretty. It's a really beautiful, beautiful cardinal bird die. And I love the twigs. And if you don't have a twig die, you could take this die and snip the twigs off and tuck them in a flower arrangement or in a card. And this is beautiful. What's nice about this is I would die cut this 2 or 3 times and pop up the bird and give it some dimension. So there's the cardinal. The next one, I am so excited for this one. I already have ideas in my head for showing you how to use the negative space, and I'll show you that in just a minute. So here's the next die, and it is called Grass in the Wind, and it's DN1085, and it's beautiful grass, like it's been blowing in the wind. This is going to be amazing die for your scrapbook layouts. You know how sometimes you need that little bit of like a flow around a photo? This is going to be a gorgeous die to have on hand. So here's the picture in the packaging, and here it is. Look, it's almost as big as my hand. That's a big, big, huge die. Okay? And what's nice about these dies is they're thin, so they're really easy for storing. And if you go over on the blog, if you look through the blog when you're over on the Blog Hop, Tanisha just put a beautiful way how to store your dynamite dies, and it's a really good blog post. Actually, I'll link it below so you can find it easier. But this is a beautiful die. So here it is, die cut it in white cardstock. Isn't that just gorgeous? I am so excited about this one. My mind is just blowing up with ideas. So you could die cut this 3 or 4 times. You could ink them, leave them the way it is, emboss them. This would be so beautiful embossed. And you could do it so many different ways. You could do it in a layout to frame, to do a frame like around a photo. And you could do it going up something, up a side of a card. Actually, I was even thinking if you did it this way onto a project, and you had like some trees, you could do some snow effect. There's just so many ideas you can do with that. But one of my tips I'm going to share with you is sometimes your dynamite dies, they leave such a wonderful negative space. So here's my negative space. So here's my die cut. It comes out, and look at this. It's a beautiful negative space. I'm going to use this. I'm going to take some green glimmer mist, and I'm going to spray it. And it's going to be, you can use that for texture, adding texture to your cards or your scrapbook layouts or your art projects. So that's just a little tip. So let's move on to the last die that I got in my design team package, which I'm so excited. I love this die. This one is called Cardinals and Holly. This is beautiful. If you can't tell by now, I'm a Christmas freak. I love the holidays. So I'm so excited about the holly, and I love cardinals, so let's look at it. Oh, and that one is DN1073. And you're really going to want to make sure that you go through all the design team blogs during the blog hop, because everybody got something different in their packages. So it's going to be cool to see all the different dies, what people choose to make something with, and see them. So here's the die again in the package, and here is the die. Look how big that is. These dies are getting big. They're beautiful. They're just gorgeous. But I like about the thin dies is they don't take up a lot of room for storage. It's really easy to store them. So this is a really pretty one. Again, I would use this one also. You could also use this one for piecing. Like, I don't have any other dies that have the holly leaf, so I would cut this off, and I would cut this off, and use it in my sprays of flowers. So here's the die cut as a thin die. So here it is cut in white cardstock. Isn't that gorgeous? Just beautiful. Just beautiful. And you could even add that one. You could even add that big cardinal, like have this one going up, and then have this one like right here. Look how pretty that is. Just adding the dies together. You could add the spray behind them. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. But that's pretty. Even, well, actually, this would be really pretty if you did a spray and then add the little cardinal onto it, like behind it. Oh, that would be pretty. Anyway, so there you have it. You have all my dies that I got in my design team package. I'm so excited to share with you what I create. So stay tuned. Thanks.